Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ideal Video Blog. I'm your host, Wade Fisher, coming to you today from right outside of Fairmount, Georgia, on the land of Salacoa Valley Farms. We've been out here. The bulls that you hear behind us are the ones that we're videoing for this year's fall bull sale. We're going to meet the guys that are behind Salacoa Valley Farms. On the far side over here is Mr. David Vaughn. David Vaughn's the owner of Salacoa Valley. In the center here is Chris Heptinstall. Chris is the general manager. You can look for these videos. They got a sale coming up October the 21st. Look for these videos coming online here in the near future. Sorry about the wind, everybody in Texas, but you know how cold it's getting, and it's gotten cold here. I'm actually freezing compared to the 106 degrees that we're used to. But guys, it's a pleasure to have y'all on the show. Just want to give everybody a chance to meet you two guys and learn a little bit more about Salacoa Valley Farms. Mr. Vaughn, how long have you been in the Brangus business?
We've been in the Brangus business since about 84, 85, somewhere in there. We started with Willow Springs, and we're part of Willow Springs. It's called Willow Springs East for a while. And then when Willow Springs went out of business, we purchased some of those cattle, and they were the beginning of the Salacoa Valley herd.
Awesome. Well, what made you choose the Brangus breed?
Well, I've been in the cattle business all my life, and when I was a kid, we had Angus cattle, and then later we had commercial cattle, and then we had another breed of cows. And in the early 80s, I was wearing feed trucks out trying to get those cows to breed. And Willow Springs had sold some cows to some people here in Georgia, and they, about the time the tax code changed, and they took those cattle back and wanted us to hold them for, we thought, a month or so. And we had some stubble from Milo stubble we were going to run them on. And we turned them in, and they were doing fine. The only thing is, instead of 1 month, it turned to 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And these cows were pulling up, these Brangus cows were pulling up that Milo stubble and eating the roots. And after a while, they brought a bull over and turned them in, and these cows were cycling. And I said, gee, I can't get these others to cycle at all. And yeah, these cows are about starved to death, and they're cycling regularly. So that started me looking at Brangus cows and talking to Larry Gardner, and we went from there to where we are today.
Awesome. That's awesome. And Chris, how long have you been with the ranch?
Just over a year now, Wade.
Just over a year. And you came from a Brangus operation prior to, so you got a little bit of a knowledge here before that. But, you know, what was your thoughts of coming here, of where you wanted to see this program go?
Oh, well, with what's exciting about this cow herd, I guess, is a lot of Salacoa's been line breeding these Brangus cattle. You know, Mr. Vaughn would go by some pictures of the herd from Camp Cooley, and first one thing and another. And Fred did come in here and mass bred this cow herd to Cadence. Numbers are phenomenal. And we did get the opportunity to flush some of the cattle that Three Trees had bought out of the Camp Cooley dispersal in 08. And they had actually bought some of the higher carcass cattle.
Right.
A lot of rib, a lot of IMF, and on this side of the deal, performance is there, and it lacked a little bit of carcass maybe. So our idea is to kind of put that deal back together.
That's awesome. Now, you started in the spring of this year, and I know you were going to sell all the 5-year-olds and older in the spring. And then you changed that, and now you got the 5-year-olds held back for the fall. Is that because of the size, or what was the exact reason behind that?
Well, as you can see, we built all these pens down here in the past year. There was some existing pens, but need to be improved on, and we just simply didn't have the room to run 350 head through this ring.
So you held those 5-year-olds back. Mr. Vaughn, are you thinking about selling your 5-year-olds every year?
Yes, I think from now on what we would like to do is we've in the past had 3 sales a year, 2 bull sales and a female sale. What we'd like to do, if we could combine all of those into one sale and sell our females and the bulls in the fall at the same time, it would certainly reduce our sale expense and reduce some of what we're paying you. But anyway, we would like to be able to sell our 5-year-olds every year with the bulls.
I got you. But you know, Chris, as the manager, that's always a touchy subject of when to get rid of those cows.
Yes, it is.
What do you think about getting rid of the 5-year-olds? What makes that okay in your opinion?
What makes it okay on the buyer standpoint, man, they're just now coming into their prime.
Right.
And, you know, we have started doing a pretty extensive ET program right here, and you know, the 5-year-olds, by the time they get 5, we should know what they're going to do. Right. And we should have progeny in herd on stuff that works.
That's a good point. Very good point. So you've got the you know, y'all have done a lot of mass breeding to one bull, so you've got that younger generation that you can go forth and do some other stuff with. Yes. And I tell you what, I'm excited about the cow herd. I know we've got a great set of bulls. Tell us a little bit about how you get the bulls to this point to get ready for that sale.
Well, you can't see from here, but right over here in these hills and hollers and the mountains right here, we develop those bulls on grass traps, about 40 to 50 acre traps. They this set of bulls was actually game tested on a Purina LW. Limiting ration up to yearling. We got their scan data done, and we took them off, put them on a commodity blend. You know, this man here started saying the feed bill's a little bit high.
Right.
So, you know, we've let these bulls coast, and I think they're range ready.
I agree. Guys, I'm really excited about the bulls. You're going to get a chance to see the bull videos coming up. Take a look at them. Come out here. If you can't make the sale, be sure to watch on DV Auction. I think you'll be surprised with what the Salacoa Valley team can offer you this fall, next fall, and for years from that point. Guys, thank you very much for being on the show. Look forward to working with y'all in the future.